Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video, and today we're having a look at a game played on the Korean server by Chovy. The Chovster has been spamming Ahri lately, and of course we're gonna dive right in. We're gonna have a look how exactly he plays her. We just saw the runes, right? These are the runes. This is the rune page. We're running Electrocute and a Taste of Blood with a zombie ward. Now note that zombie ward, very specific. I think for most of y'all would be the best idea to just go for the eyeball collector instead. And then we have the ultimate hunter and mana flow band and celery. No, celerity as a rune. We're gonna skip on forward just a little bit. He still has that beautiful passive aggressive title. This is all, of course, before he went to Europe. But right now seems to be focusing on the MSI games, and you know, I also don't really know what his current practice ID is, if I even, you know, if he even plays solo queue. Who knows? Not sure. Probably does though. Probably does. So yeah. My guy, of course, is going to move into the middle here first, right? Check for a early loop around invade, right? You saw that, and then now he covers one of the entrances to the jungle and goes back to lane when necessary. This is very important to cover, and you know, you will see pretty much everyone above gold do this reasonably well, right? Yeah, we have a little bit of spacing going on here, right? Where the Tristana will find a very favorable trade here for herself. But then, of course, when the bomb cooldown went off, that's where Chovy knew he would be able to trade there. Chovy known for very good laning, of course. Something that, you know, just a few people are very well known for. And Chovy and Knight, definitely two of those people. Chovy, of course, still considered a absolutely amazing mid laner, even though, you know, he hasn't been farming too many wins over the last years if you compare him to Faker. So most people would think that Faker is so much better, but at this point I would say that the thing that is better about Faker, honestly, would be the mental, and even that is a little bit of a question mark if we look at Last Worlds. But definitely a very solid player. Of course, the legacy of Faker is much stronger one, but if we look at the players at their current peak, or at their current form, not at their peak, I would say that Chovy is better for sure. Faker, of course, also assuming just more of a supportive role here. We see him grab the push and hit a beautiful fadeaway charm there into the cooldown of the Q coming back up, and that is very good. He's gonna flash out here and trade with the Tristana. Tristana finds the charm flash, and that is the outplay out of Tristana. But he I mean, you know, he just it's rough, man. He just can't trade there. He just has to try to get out of the W. It's unlucky. Tristana is a rough matchup. There is no problem with dying to Tristana though too much, like once on these kind of picks, because odds are you're gonna be fine. And Tristana still an AD carry, right? So she does kind of need to snowball in order to be able to side lane against mages a lot of the time, especially if the jungler ends up coming. That's where her weakness lies. And, you know, Ahri, once level 6 is reached, Ahri doesn't really care about Tristana. The only scary thing is that Tristana could be able to find an ult, you know, opening when she jumps onto you with her W. Then you run away. And if you don't get in enough damage, then she might be able to jump on you, you know, like 18 seconds, 20 seconds later. Find a kill. That's pretty much how that goes. you know, matchup is like reasonably simple. The thing is that Ahri has amazing gank setup. Tristana doesn't really. So junglers tend to maybe counter gank for Tristana, but generally not really try to focus that lane because, you know, most of the time it's pretty hard to gank. Although, you know, of course there are some champions that are just so good at ganking that it makes a lot of sense still. And Ahri, much more gankable. Ahri, generally just a little bit of a crazy champion right now. Has a lot of mobility, a lot of safety, a lot of options. Okay damage. Let's be honest. Ahri damage, not that crazy. But it is okay. And it's just very good at interacting with her team. Of course, in pro play, I would say that she has very different strengths than she has in solo queue. In solo queue, her strengths are, you know, whatever happens, she is like reasonably safe, always. Even when all-inning. And then she doesn't really have really difficult matchups. You know, even the more difficult matchups are still playable, like the Annie, like the Veigar. Matchups are still playable, although of course they definitely they're definitely not fun. Pantheon can be a difficult one. Okay, very good. Oh, he's gonna get out. Wait for his Q. We're gonna see. And that's a clean trade. It's rough though. She did a lot of damage there on that last attack. But this is still very good. She gets she loses all these minions, right? So he does push it in, and this is still a worthwhile trade for him. So I mean, how did it happen? He was very disciplined with his ultimate, right? Used his ultimate very late. Forced her to flash. And then just out-kited her. And this, of course, is definitely the win condition for Ahri. You just want to kite the Tristana, get 3 combos in, and then she's dead. If you snowball, it's 2, but most of the time it's going to be 3. From full HP, we're talking. Tristana, of course, very interested in staying full HP. But yeah, has to be a little bit careful. Of course, that yeah, it's a difficult one. And yeah, getting poked out as Tristana, it's not the situation you want to be in, because once Ahri gets control of the wave, you're in a really tough situation. You see Chovy prioritize the minion dematerializer here a lot, and I've noticed this about Chovy, that he just loves that. He just loves running minion demat. It's honestly kind of crazy. Gonna find a strong train. Also, it seems like he changed his secondary rune. It's not sorcery anymore. It is now... Oh, this is not good. Do we find the kill? We do find the kill. Very good spacing. As here now, he has to do something with the wave, right? But yeah. Now with 2 people showing in the mid lane, it's time to just give it up and teleport. Of course, his goal would be not to have to teleport, but what do? You don't do nothing. Alright, running the boots. Boots, pretty good. Especially very good with the Tristana and the lane state that we're in right now, because Tristana most likely going to try to roam, try to affect the map a little bit, as she is still very strong, but... like this, she's probably not going to be able to affect a lot of plays that Ahri can't be at as well. Because Tristana is still gonna have the lane prio, right? She's an AD carry with a lot of pushing power. But with these boots, Chovy has a little bit more ability to follow, right? Together with that R. You just dash in. And here we got to be careful that we don't get trapped, right? As here, yeah, we got to proc that bone plating off of the Tristana, as it seems that we are trying to fight here. The charm catches out Tristana. This is what Tristana has to be very careful with. You see him just like weave in and out. And just perma range check the enemy. You gotta be a little bit careful not to get Goombad here. Ultimate still not available, so he would have to flash if he got Goombad there and turned on by the deer. Ooh, Tristana looking for an all-in here. The ultimate is available for Ahri though. And he can get away. If that Q hits, pretty sure he flashes, but it doesn't connect. As now flash is still available, so we could go for something like a flash charm, but right now we don't have the damage to execute here. Now that's a different story. We're gonna flash in, we're gonna get ulted away, but the Graves collateral damage will pick up the kill, and ooh, we actually pick up most of the wave here as well. That's very spicy. And we have enough, perfectly enough, for a Luden's Echo. Not gonna go for that though. Well, never mind. Gonna go Everfrost here most likely, right? Could be a Liandry's, but no one really goes Liandry's on her. Pretty much just gonna be an Everfrost here, I would assume. As of course the Taste of Blood still available. Taste of Blood is a very, very strong rune. You guys can't underestimate how much that one does for you. If you have a skill shot that you can easily tag enemies with, and you are someone who likes to trade and take damage, then not a bad idea. Not a bad idea to pick it up. Right? It's right there in the tree. And yeah, of course your ultimate does benefit from the sudden impact rune, but the healing provided is very, very big. And for someone like Viego, for example, a lot of the time I rely on it. On Viego, I pretty much have two different kind of builds that I tend to go for that provide me kind of sustain as a melee champion. Number one, Taste of Blood. Number two would be the Resolve Tree. Second row middle rune. I don't know what it's called right now. But that one, basically a mini Dorans, right? And you kind of just want to ask yourself, like, am I going to be able to hit the enemy that is hitting me? Or am I just going to get permad? So someone like Xerath is a good example, right? Where Xerath, you're pretty much just going to want to all-in him. We see the boots in action here. We're roaming down to the bottom lane. Ahri very quick at arriving with that ultimate. He's here as a little bit of security policy. The play has been made. He's going back into the mid lane. As Tristana and Lilia looking to take down this tower. This tower is probably going to go down, given the fact that Tristana does have a lot of damage. Actually, Tristana didn't get a single plate off of this tower, which is insane right now. You can see Chovy kind of messing with them as well here. Looking for an option, looking for a play here. Perfectly CSing anyway. Lane is going to be pushed in here. 13 minutes and 30 seconds. We're going to look to acquire maybe one more plate. Teleport's still available, so we can overstay here. Looking for the Everfrost as well. Everfrost should be available now. Not gonna find the Milio there. Doesn't really matter. We're just going for the poke. But yeah, you can see he is going Everfrost. Everfrost is a very strong item on LeBlanc, on the Ahri. Generally very, very strong at anything that can reposition. You find it very strong on Sylas as well, for example. I gotta be a little bit careful there. He's pinging away. Alright, Everfrost in pocket. He's gonna teleport. but nothing ends up happening. That's fine by me. The longer this game goes, the better. Let's see. So right now, trades are looking very good. That's a good buffer here out of the Tristana, as Tristana knows she just has to jump away if she gets Everfrosted. And as you can see, of course, we're gonna RE flash here. No, we're just gonna RE. Very good job. I would have definitely overused my flash there. But of course, Sjofster doesn't. Very good, very good. No plates available. We do want to take this tower down. You can see how the focus of the team is to keep that tower alive. 2 people showing up for it. Now, the question mark is this one, right? Is it worth more picking up Tristana there or trying to get the tower instead? That is a question worth asking yourself, as now tower is going to be taken down here in the mid lane. Okay, Santa going to take down the top lane tower a little bit later. As first, he's going to deny a ton of CS to the Azir. Interesting summon. Xavi is actually going to respect it. Very interesting. Also, for anyone wondering why I don't have a webcam right now, it is currently not really possible. My eyes are like completely messed up, and I just can't turn on a light right now. So excuse me for that, but you know, I think it's still gonna be good enough. Watching Chovy play always an absolute treat. Seems like we're going for, I mean, we could be going for a Zhonya here, could be going for a Cosmic Drive. Cosmic Drive's generally a pretty nice item. Does give you a lot of cooldown reduction, which is something that Ahri loves. Flash E, but doesn't hit it. The Gale Force gonna get Tristana out of there. Very good job by her. And we're gonna play the side lane now. What's the recall here? Oh, actually. So this is interesting. I still wonder whether or not this item is even worth it. I don't know. Ooh, no. We're going to go for a... okay, okay. Banshee's Veil, absolutely super annoying item for someone like Tristana. As you either block her ultimate or her E. You're never gonna... You know, she's never gonna use the W on you like that. Not on an Ahri. So that is an incredibly aggravating item to deal with for Tristana, because she just loses her bomb. Which is, you know, most of her damage. So now we're gonna siege down the mid lane turret here. There it comes. The Herald will take it down. Is K'Sante looking for a kill here? We will find it onto the Milio here, the Ashe ultimate. Securing that one. Wait, was it that? No, that was... What? That was not an Ashe ultimate. That looked like an Ashe ultimate. That was a Jinx ultimate. What? That did not look like a Jinx rocket. Weird. Maybe it's the skin. Was it like reasonably short range one, so I think that also changes it, because the longer range Jinx ultimate's very discernible, but the short range, you can mistake him. Alright. Gonna take down the turret here in the bottom lane. No? Just deal a lot of damage to it. Tristana is on the hunt. On the prowl. Banshee's Veil was procced here with the ultimate. And she will find the kill. Proccing it with the ultimate is the only play for Tristana. She just needs to do that. Tristana will be taken down, counter-traded. This isn't too terrible. I still find the Horizon focus kind of weird. The item makes sense. But what I don't like about the Horizon focus is that it just doesn't have any magic pen. Like, it doesn't have any flat pen, doesn't have any percent pen. And then it's also not one of these items that gives you a lot of AP, right? So, bit of a question mark. As Ahri, of course, still does like the cooldown reduction, right? Doesn't need to one-shot in one combo. That's not really what she's built around. So it's not too terrible. She is, of course, in, you know, pretty decent CS numbers here. Could have higher ones, but not too bad. You can see how strong Cosmic Drive is right now. Very, very good item. On the Azir, on the Cassiopeia as well. On Sylas as well. Very, very beautiful item. Feels really good to build. Feels really good to use. Kind of like a mini Conqueror even. And of course, one that gives you a ton of ability power just from the item stats. So definitely very nice item. As for me, kind of its identity. Just ability haste. CDR, like we used to call it. The old people. I talk like there are any young people playing League of Legends. But I actually don't think there are. Okay, if we can get a reset here, yeah. Ah, the ultimate ran out. No. It's kind of rough. Cassandra gonna find one, but will be traded against here now. Chovy, you gotta be careful. Ooh, very good play. And the last second flash will secure that one as Graves picks up the Milio as well. Very quick and aggressive play by him, and he will, last second there, catch out the Lilia with that charm. Barely has enough damage to reduce her to the threshold. Very, very good job by him and the Graves. Cleaning that fight up. As now. We are going to want to sell the Dorans eventually, but no, it's a Magi's. I mean, are we not a bad champion to build Magi's on at all? Given the fact that we already have a Banshee's Veil. Banshee's Veil pairs very well with Magi's and the fact that, of course, it does give you a good amount of defense, but can leave you lacking damage. And, well, Magi's very good at using the defense or the safety as a little bit of offense in a way, right? Because that's kind of what Magi's does, right? If you have enough defensive layers, be that being able to move away fast or, you know, whatever it may be, then you are able to just stack up kills. Oh, very aggressive fight here. We're gonna have to probably get out. Playing it very slow, methodical, waiting for the resets, getting all the resets, and that is the Milio ultimate cancel. Yeah, Milio canceled the Ahri ultimate there. That is too freaking bad. As we will be taking on the Baron here. Don't attack it. And they do attack it. Alright. 10 out of 10, but 21 Magi stacks. So definitely very good stacks right now. We're gonna see, of course, how long these will last. But we are building a Zhonya here now. So should be pretty good. Available in 200. So not too bad. 200 gold, that is. The 200 golds. 5 MS, dude. Oh, I want to play on 5MS too. Man, that's so cool. We are looking for the Tristana here, level 15. Close to level 16. I don't know if we're gonna hit it though. No. Not gonna hit it from that cannon, but just gonna kite her around. Take that kill. Thank you very much, Graves. And level 16 has been acquired now. Ultimate is available. Okay, Sante. Fighting Lilia and the Azir. Azir alive with a little bit of HP, just a slither. And unfortunately, the Ahri didn't find the teleport into that fight. I think that could have been an absolutely amazing fight. Wiping the jungler and the top laner there. But instead, we are looking for Milio here. Not gonna find him. That looked like an absolutely bad idea. Just jumping on a Milio. Who has a million defensive layers. Chovy, a little bit of a questionable play here, but... Ooh, interesting. We're going Cosmic Drive here as the stopwatch remains unpopped, of course. This is such a cool item build, as, you know, it's just so mobile. It's just so horizontally mobile, right? Like you built a Fiendish Codex, and you can build that stuff into a lot of things. Banshee's Veil, Cosmic Drive, Zonya, and even the Horizon Focus, right? So very, very good. Hey! We'll pick up the Milio here. We are in the back of the fight, so we gotta kite that one out. Yeah. And we are looking. The charm doesn't hit. Enemy team knows that he's out of ultimates, but still needs to kite away from the team. The flash is going to secure the kill onto Lilia. And the game is over. Very good job by Chovy. I don't know what the final stat line was, but very, very good. Let's have a look at the damage dealt here. Come on, Mr. Chovy. Show me, show me. Show me, Chovy. Playing in Diamond. 30k damage dealt. Very good job. The Chovystra. GGXD. And of course, this is in Diamond, but probably his MMR is still going to be very high, right? So don't get it mixed up. Just because it says Diamond, that doesn't say anything in the higher ranks with these pro players, because of course they take a break, you know, from playing solo queue on certain accounts. Then when they come back, they are ranked Diamond, but the MMR is still very high. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.